Hello indie game fans! Some of you may know that I love turn-based or JRPGs since I have very fond memories of classic games in the genre, so here's a look at the top 10 best upcoming pixel art games in the genre. Do note that I've put the Earthbound-like titles in another video, but we shall begin with Chained Echoes. This gorgeous fantasy RPG has a twist on the setting, since on top of airships, we do have mechs as well. Quite a typical setup in a war-torn world where your party of heroes must try and bring to an end to the war among three kingdoms. Obviously, this is an SNES-inspired title with some gorgeous sprites and environments. There are some more modernized tweaks, such as having no random encounters and having all enemies visible on the overworld map, and it does seem to be chugging along nicely after being funded on Kickstarter. The inspiration behind this video is Keylocker, since this is the next title from developer Moon Nana, previously behind Virgo vs the Zodiac, one of my favorites from last year. It is a similar kind of stylish, this time turning to a cyberpunk world where music has been prohibited, so use the power of song to serenade the rebellion in this rhythm turn-based RPG. This one has long been in development, but Rise of the Third Power is from the developer of the recently remastered Referral, and is one which draws from historical events from the late 1930s. One interesting facet is the combat system, which utilizes both the front and back lines of characters, allowing for all 8 characters to be used in combat at the same time, which should be quite interesting. This one made an appearance recently during the Steam Game Festival Summer Edition, since Jack Move is a cyberpunk turn-based RPG with some cool hacker aesthetics. Love the look of the overworld, and the green and black motif in combat of course reminds me of The Matrix. Play as a hacker who must look for a missing father, exploring the depths of the seedy underbelly of this futuristic society. This one caught my eye since Hancho has a fake operating system interface and allows you to create a team of professionals to face off in 1v1 combat. Think Pokemon but with office workers, and you can see why I'm intrigued. One of my most anticipated pixel art RPGs is the very SNES looking Kingdoms of the Dump, where you play as a garbage squire who was framed for the kidnapping of the trash pit king and must adventure through the land, gathering allies to clear his name. I absolutely love the look of this game, really pushing all those nostalgia buttons with very strongly themed areas and characters all around the concept of rubbish. One pleasant surprise this year was me coming to know of the existence of Lunar Lux, a sci-fi RPG about an adventure on the moon. Play as the lunar warrior Bella and her robot sidekick as they seek to protect the inhabitants of Luna from a mysterious alien threat. This has a hybrid turn-based and action combat mechanics, almost Mario RPG or Undertale in nature, with a large variety of skills, equipment and so on with their stunning pixel art. The Chapter 1 demo is available for free on Steam and on itch, so do check it out.
Play as Axe-Cop through some of his most important missions.
Axe-Cop is a very interesting and unique premise for a character about a policeman who fights crime with an axe coming from the mind of a 5-year-old back in 2009.
Team up with Axe-Cop's friends and other really good fighters.
Somehow in 2020, the turn-based RPG iteration is supposed to come out, which simply looks 8-bit fantastic.
Chop their heads off in glorious retro RPG-styled gameplay.
I love the anime designs in the combat screen, and there appears to be puzzles, exploration elements, and even mini-games, and while perhaps not the best time to be releasing a game about cops, this one does have its charm. Add one more very classic looking JRPG to the list with 8-Bit Adventures 2, the sequel to the 2015 game with a more SNES look as compared to the 8-bits of the first. Classic tale of a group of adventurers having to save the world from a global threat. This has long been in development, and I suspect it is because the developer is trying to tune things such that the pacing is perfect, promising no filler and no mandatory grinding required. This one hits me right in the feels, and I cannot wait to play. When this game was first revealed, I was very excited and very happy since Sabotage Studio, developer of the action platformer The Messenger, announced that they were making a classic turn-based JRPG in Sea of Stars. This was followed up with a tremendously successful Kickstarter campaign. As shown in the trailer, the combat does very strongly remind me of Chrono Trigger, one of the best JRPGs of all time, but add to that the modern, high-bit pixel art, and they have won me over. Active turn-based combat, multi-character attacks, defensive options and more add to the tactical depth with overworld exploration and traversal that does not confine you to some imaginary grid. This is also a prequel set in the Messenger's universe, so perhaps some intriguing connections here, but for looking awesome, it takes the #1 spot. To see more of the big picture, check out these awesome videos and I will see you after the jump.